Right then, so first things first, I just wanted to show you the comparison between the Samsung S8 Plus and the KOOLNEE K1. Just bring the screen back up. You can see that they're almost the same size, and you've nearly got the wrap round on the KOOLNEE that you've got on the Samsung. Not quite, not as much, but still a fantastic size screen. I don't think it's as bright. Well, it's obviously not as bright, you can see. I haven't played around with the settings too much other than to put it on the brightest. But I think you can change the blue tone, which that may be. But predominantly, you can see that the quality of the picture is very, very good compared to the Samsung. Not as bright, but a good screen, which is the most important thing. And just before we carry on, I'm going to show you the two phones together. So the S8 Plus is slightly thinner and put them together, but it's almost the same size. You can see it there. Stand them up together. So the S8 is just slightly bigger, if you can see. The 18:9 ratio makes the phone really easy to hold and operate with one hand. Move them back over. And so this is again from the S8 Plus for the SIM card and the micro SD card. Exactly the same. Almost thought it was a direct copy to start off with, but it just pops in there like that. You can use one SIM in a micro SD card or two SIMs. Right, so we're all set up now, all ready to go. You've seen the comparison. In fact, let's just do one more thing. On the back there, you've got your fingerprint sensor. Again, just pop it over. I think because I've turned it off, that's what's come up. But basically, fingerprint sensor. When you're holding it, you hold it like that and it unlocks. And if it's anything like the S8 Plus, you'll be able to use that on a variety of apps as well, which is a good thing. Right, so both of these are on Wi-Fi at the moment in the house, and what I'll do is I'll press the videos at the same time.
Are you a single man tired of the dating scene? Need more qualified women in just 7 days than last 7 years.
So that's the audio that you can hear on there, obviously. I've just paused that. Again, I don't want to compare it to the S Plus because it's a lot more expensive, this phone. I think I've paid about £180 for this. It's for my son. It's something that he can use as a smartphone. It's got the latest specification on it, and at just under £200, it's not going to break the bank if it's damaged. Whereas if I got him something like this, it would break the bank if it was damaged, and he might get broken as well. The sound, it's not as loud, and the quality is not as good as on this. But let's pop that to one side now and concentrate on the K1. Right, so you've seen the screen there, yeah? Let's listen to the volume again.
International matchmaker has helped thousands find love each year.
And let's change on the side.
LoveMe.com is often featured in major media worldwide, in news and talk shows.
So that's the maximum that it will go to.
And even Hollywood Motion Pictures. Since its founding.
If we go back to I mean, this is exactly the same Android that I've got on the Samsung. There's no difference to it. The only difference being just the layout of the screen at the bottom. But that's because it's got a Samsung wrap on the other one. Settings. Again, exactly the same. Lots of things to change there. The screen moves well. It moves exactly the same as the Samsung. Let's just go back again. So what this has also got, I think it was in settings. Where are we? I set it up again exactly the same as the Samsung for facial recognition. So you've got 3 ways to open it or unlock it. First one being facial recognition. It's nothing like the iPhone 10, obviously, because it doesn't work in 3D, but it does work, which is the main thing. It comes with 4 gig of RAM and 64 gig of ROM storage, so plenty to store your pictures and your video on, and apps as well. Also, I've increased this to a further 128 gig by putting a micro SD card into it. You do need to format the card though when you put it in for it to work. The second way is the fingerprint. As such, it's nice and easy. Pick the phone up, it's in the right place. And the third way is obviously the PIN number, which you saw me do earlier. So you've also got the browser, which is there. Obviously putting anything you want up at the top, or go to Facebook. Email, contacts, all there. Telephone. And camera. I was playing with the camera earlier on as well. So let's find something. So the camera zooms in really well. You get a good focus on it. And you can, in fact, let's come up here. So there's the focus, and it tells you when it's in focus. And it might be a bit blurred on the screen that you're looking at, because that might be too close to the camera. But it's perfectly zoomed on this one. And just something that's really good. If you press, so there's the button for taking the photo. I'm going to keep my finger on it and watch what happens. You see it taking picture after picture, and it saved it really quickly as well. You can also obviously flick across to video and video it. So, video in and stop. What else can we do? If you're using a face, you can do all sorts of bits and pieces there. You've got your panorama, which is ubiquitous these days. So if you were taking that, you're going to put it like that, press the button, and then just go around like that, and it's going to tell you how to do it. So you can see down here, it will click it off as you're doing it, and it's telling you you've got to, where the blue arrow is, you've got to have that constantly lined up with that arrow as you're going around, and it clicks them off as you're doing it. So that's really nice and easy to use that. And then you've got SLR. I haven't looked into this too much. There is actually far too much to be looking at on this phone. Lots of things to play with when you get it is the best way to describe it. So the back's sealed, you can't get into it, or you're not supposed to be able to get into it. You can't flip it off and take the battery out very easily. I haven't tried doing it yet. It's I think it's a metal back, I'm not too sure. But obviously what your camera has got is the dual lens on it there, which is very good. So other than that, it comes in an absolutely fantastic box if you're giving it as a gift, and I know my son is going to be ecstatic when he gets this. You've got your usual bits and pieces that come with it. We'll just grab all of those. You've got a charging cable, but I've got these lying all over the house. It's simply a micro USB. Let me show you. So it's a micro USB connector there, and obviously that goes into the bottom of the phone there. You've got your headphone jack, and there's your speaker, microphone, and your things up here, your proximity sensors, so that phone light doesn't stay on when you've got it next to your head at night time and you're lit up like a Christmas tree. Lots of applications to download because it's Android, which is the main reason that I got the other Android and went away from my Microsoft 950 XL, which was a great phone, but unfortunately no apps for it. So all in all, this is a great phone, an absolutely great phone. And there's the plug for it. Probably the only downside is you need a shaver adapter for it, but you can just plug the USB cable into anything that you've got that'll take one. So again, with the camera, obviously I've already said that it's a dual lens. Lots of things to be done with that. It's slightly proud, you see, slightly proud of the back of the phone, but along with the phone you also get the thing to take out the tray at the top, and this case which is going to protect the back, because I can see the back scratching quite easily. Again, if it's closed down, finger onto there, you can still get to it. The camera's still available, and you can easily change the volume. It's nice and supple, this case. Something else that you get with it, you get a screen protector. I haven't put this on yet because I always manage to do it wrong, so I'm going to let my son do that when he gets hold of the phone itself, once I've cleaned it all up and put it away again. To quickly run through the specs, the screen's 2160 by 180 pixels. You've got an octa-core processor on it, which is why it's so fast. You've got your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi, FM radio, etc, etc, and it's 4G also. Along with running Android 7 with no bloatware and no other skins on it. And the screen itself, I don't know if I've really managed to be able to show you this, but the screen itself is curved. You can see it there. So it's very nice to hold in the hand. And the battery comes in at a whopping 3190 mega ampere, so that's going to see you through the day easily. What else to say about the phone? Because I'm really pleased with it. It's doing everything that I want it to do. You see, I just opened it up with the fingerprint there. It's more than bright enough for me. It's got the latest Android system on it. It's fluid on the screen. The battery is a really good size. The phone feels good in the hand. And for the size, this is entirely down to the 18:9 ratio screen. Really good fit in the hand, obviously. For a screen this big, for example, if this was an iPhone 8, it would be wider, but this fits into the hand. It's the same size pretty much as the S8 Plus, which is very comfy, very easy to use. Pick it up, turn it on, it's great. That's your final look at both of those together. So again, KOOLNEE K1, it's 4G, so it's as fast as anything, and Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus.